NBA 2K on Game On. I'm giving this game a 3 out of 4. You gotta hand it to 2K Games 2K16 for the sheer amount of content and realism in the game. But at the end of the day, it's all a bit too overwhelming and cumbersome. Okay, truth moment. Sports games, not really my thing. I'm more of a shooter RPG guy, if you couldn't tell. That being said, I love developer Midway's no-holds-barred take on many professional sports games. NFL Blitz, NHL Hits, and NBA Hangtime. The action was fast, the scores were high, there were no rules, and no regard for how the actual games were played. The nice thing about NBA 2K16 is how much attention it pays to the intricacies of the game of basketball. Just look at the controls on offense. A player can execute 3 different types of passes. A standard chest pass, a bounce pass to get a quick feed to the player in the low post, and a lob pass to make swing passes across the court. Gamers can use all sorts of dribbling and shooting combinations using a relatively simple control scheme. Rotate the control stick while dribbling to perform a spin move on a defender. Double tap the shot button to execute a turnaround jumper, and pull the control stick back to do a fadeaway. The controls are just as intricate on the defensive end and when a player is away from the ball.
On the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
One of the game's flaws, though, is that the learning curve in NBA 2K16 is complex. It's a very complex game, and it isn't very friendly to new users. Apart from a few short tutorials narrated by some of the game's biggest stars, including James Harden and Steph Curry, 2K16 assumes players already know how to play the game. The intensity can be a bit daunting for new players who are asked to learn on the fly, but in that learning process, players see how fun 2K16 can be and how gratifying it is to excel at the game. Winning in 2K16 isn't just a matter of driving to the hoop every time or putting up impossible shots from the perimeter. 2K16 requires players to be smart about things like ball movement, transition basketball, and shot selection. I'm going to take you into the game here. I'm playing as the Denver Nuggets, of course, repping the home team. I'm rookie point guard Emmanuel Mudiay. I'm going to drive to the hoop here. And I see that Danilo Gallinari is open on the perimeter. So as I drive, I'm going to take this shot, kick it back out to Gallo, and he's going to knock down the three-point jumper. Now I'm going to take you into a different mode. This is called the career mode. My name's Hugh Johnson. I was the 21st draft pick, picked up by the Dallas Mavericks. I'm playing my first minutes in our game against the New York Knicks. And as you can see up in the top corner here, I've got a grade. It's at C right now. That's where you start. And based on the plays I make, that grade's going to go up and down. So I'm going to call for the basketball. It's been ignored. And you can see this little arrow beneath me tells me who my man on defense is. Now he's streaking down the court, and he's going to get an easy dunk. Ooh, I just got posterized. Not good.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg.
NBA 2K16 offers a plethora of modes that allows players to control the world of professional basketball at every level, including as a general manager and an NBA commissioner. The My Team mode lets players create and customize their own team by collecting a series of player cards, earned by completing challenges and winning games. Players can take their created characters online to face off against other custom characters in the My Park mode. The biggest feature is the My Career mode, which features Living the Dream, the Spike Lee directed single-player story that stars your created character. The story takes players from their character's roots in high school through a one-year stint in college and all the way to the pros. The story offers gamers a way to go behind the scenes of the luxurious and lavish life of an NBA star. Players upgrade their characters throughout the years, participating in the draft, free agencies, and on multiple NBA rosters.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to sit down with my family and weigh the options and really take the time to figure out what's best for me. It was tough. I mean, I loved my team, my coaches, and just the whole college experience, you know. But on the other hand, there's always a risk of injury, you know? I just felt like I was ready to take my game to the next level, so why wait?
Okay, it's time to recap. For the pros, NBA 2K16 offers a wealth of content. There's so many modes and ways to enjoy the game beyond playing a round of hoops. Also, this game is challenging but fun. The game punishes players for errors. Throw a chest pass instead of a lob pass into traffic, and the opposing team will likely steal the ball, run it down the court for a quick layup. Lose your man on defense like I did earlier, and he'll likely end up crashing the lane for an easy bucket or burning you with a long three. There's definitely a learning curve to 2K16, but it's rewarding to play good basketball. Finally, I was blown away by all the details in the game, from in-game interviews to selecting points of emphasis during timeouts. For the cons, the main story mode starts out by letting players select their high school and what college they will attend. It gives players some semblance of choice. However, that quickly fades away and the story travels a more linear route, in one point forcing characters to enter the draft after their first year of college, despite the presence of a lengthy cutscene in which characters discuss the merits of declaring for the draft or staying in school. Secondly, there's a lot to love about NBA 2K16, and there's little help for newcomers to get adjusted to the life of a would-be NBA star. Lastly, I've said before that this game plays well and is fun. I also praise the game for its attention to detail, but at some point, the numerous lengthy cutscenes, interviews, and panoramic shots detract from the action of 2K16. Sometimes when I'm playing as LeBron and I'm in a heated battle against the Dallas Mavericks, the last thing I want to do is have to skip an in-game interview with Dirk Nowitzki. Now, the details can be awe-inspiring, but in moderation. Don't stop the flow of the game. That's all I ask. Hey, thanks for joining us today, and be sure to stick with us later this month as we look at the Star Wars Battlefront beta. And maybe we'll get to review Halo 5 if they can get the game to me. Come on, guys, get on it. Till then, game on.